Hey everybody, Johnny Stewart here, and today I'm going to talk about what I think is the worst way to play a G chord. And it might surprise you because it's the G chord that probably everybody watching this video, and myself included, learned right at the beginning when we were first starting to learn how to play the guitar, and that is the conventional three-finger G chord. And I will show you why I think that's such a terrible way to play a G chord, and I will show you an alternative that I like a lot better and that has served me very, very well over the years, playing a lot of gigs, especially solo gigs. And for this video, I'm going to use a very special guitar, and this is a 1969 Les Paul Standard that has been refinished from its original gold top, probably sometime in the 70s, to this beautiful dark sunburst finish. And I love this guitar for a couple reasons, one of which is that it's one of the best, cleanest, just most bell-like, creamy sounding guitars I've ever heard. And the other reason is because it was also owned by a guitar player named Walter Becker, who's one of my very favorites and who a lot of you probably recognize as one of the founding members and lifelong members of the band Steely Dan. And so anybody who knows Steely Dan's music probably knows that Walter Becker played a lot of funky chords that were pretty unconventional. So I thought that this was the perfect guitar to use today for this video where I'm basically bashing the G chord that everybody knows and learns and might love right now. But I'm going to show you why you shouldn't love it, and I'm going to show you a G chord that you should love much, much better. Okay, so let me start by showing you the G chord that I first learned when I started playing the guitar, and probably what everybody learns when they start playing. So this is where you take your middle finger and you put it right here on the G note, the third fret of the low E string. You take your index finger and you put it on your A string at the second fret for the B, and you take your third finger and you stretch it all the way back, and you have to learn so much and spend so much time learning and practicing how to stretch that ring finger all the way back to the high G on the high E string. And that's what it sounds like, and that's a beautiful chord. That sounds great. So why do I hate that chord so much? It's because this locks you into a position that you can't really do anything else with. You can't carry it up the fretboard. No one's going to want to do that, unlike, you know, a bar chord or something like that, which is a movable chord right up the fretboard. Why do I hate this so much? Your pinky finger is basically useless unless you want to throw a ninth in, which can certainly have some applications, but you can also do that in some other ways, which I'll show you in a second. I don't want to give too much away yet. But what do I think is a better alternative to doing this? Well, if you just use these three fingers instead. So instead of using these three fingers, if you use these three fingers to make that same chord shape, I'm going to show you all the different things you can do with it. So to do that, instead of using your middle finger on the low E string, you're going to take your ring finger and put that on the low E string. Now you're going to take your middle finger and you're going to put that on the A string at the second fret, and you're going to use your pinky finger and put that on the high E string. So you see how that sounds exactly the same as that more traditional G chord. See, that's the same exact sound. Okay, so why do I think this is better? Why do I think this is better than this? I think this is better because now you've got your index finger free. And what does that mean? You can easily put the fourth in. So if you want to do a sus4 chord from here, you basically can't do it. Now what else? Now also, when you want to play a standard chord progression, so say you're in the key of G and it's a 1-4-5 chord progression. That would be the G, then the C, the D. Now, what's wrong with that? What is wrong with doing that? I mean, there's nothing wrong with it necessarily, except watch how easy it is to quickly and easily and seamlessly transition using this alternate G chord shape, which I like better, to the C chord. See, all you've got to do now for the C chord is take these two fingers and move them over one string apiece. And then just add in your index finger on the fourth, which is again on the B string at the first fret. And then back to the 1. So 1 to 4 to 1 instead of this 1. Now watch my hand. To 4, you have to totally change position, then back to 1 again. And I'll show that again. You have to totally change position. As opposed to just the seamless transition. So those are a couple of the reasons why I like this shape better. And you don't just want to constantly be strumming a chord like this all the time. You can add some nice little flares in. Without ever changing the shape of your hand. It's just very natural. See, from here, you can do the fourth, you can do the second, and you can do a sixth. So you can do all those different lines, all from that one chord shape. So that's why I think that this chord shape, keeping this index finger free to be able to move onto these other frets while you're playing it, is better than doing this where you're basically locked in and you don't have any options. Well, alright everybody, I hope you enjoyed that video and I hope it was useful, and if you did like it, then I hope you'll like it on YouTube and subscribe to my channel. Check me out on Spotify, and then also please leave in the comments whatever else you would like to hear from me or see from me. If you have questions about the guitar, leave them there and I'll try to answer them in future videos. Thanks a lot everybody, take care.